Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahushai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahushai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahushai, Ka Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash, the water, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Shema, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Akud, Shema, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Akud, Shema, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Akud. Double honors to my elder apostles as well as the elder bishops, a great millstone who taught me this truth and continue to teach me this truth. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and to the Israelites that scattered abroad to USA Shalom. It's the brothers about Dawadah coming again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Adawan Ratazah, you be edified. Salakia. Alright. So today, we're just going to talk about wisdom. Okay. Wisdom, obviously wisdom that's given unto us is from the Lord. Okay. We're blessed to have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding when it comes to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Alright. And it's a gift. Okay. It's actually considered to be, a spiritual power to be able to understand and discern, the words of the Bible or, the Lord's words. Okay. Excuse me. The root word of wisdom, all right, is to be wise. Okay. Now, through the dictionary.com definition of wisdom, or to be wise, okay, it reads having the power of discerning, and judging properly as to what is true or right, possessing discernment, judgment, or discretion. Okay. Now, in order to discern things of this world, all right, or to discern, the scriptures, you have to have wisdom, all right, and it has to come from on high. All right, let's see if I can get the etymology definition of wise. There you go. Okay, so it says learned, sagacious, I believe that's how you pronounce that, cunning, sane, prudent, discreet, experienced, having the power of discerning and judging rightly. Okay, so yeah, dictionary.com definition, which, I prefer to get the definition, actually from, here, the etymology, but they're pretty much spot on, at least the dictionary.com internet definition, I should say, was pretty much saying the same thing. Okay, let's see if it has anything else down here. Nah, that's not the definition I'm looking for. So yeah, more so make wise or knowing. No, so more so the adjective. That's the noun, verb, adjective. Okay, yeah. Alright. So having the power of discerning and judging rightly. Alright. And when it comes to this truth and being a believer of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, we have to be wise, okay? And be able to use wisdom when we're discerning, when we're judging situations, people, outcomes, whatever it is, when it's pertaining to someone else or when it comes to pertaining to someone else or even ourselves. Okay, in the situations that we're put in, all right, we can't just react off of impulse, all right, off of our own understanding, all right. We have to actually, think before you speak. I think that's how it goes, all right, or think before you act, all right. So, a lot of these scriptures are going to come out of Proverbs, okay? Because Proverbs is the book of wisdom, okay? So that's what this lesson is entitled, okay? It's called Proverbs, the book of wisdom. And Lord willing, this is most likely be a two-part lesson because it's so much going into. But one thing I do want to start off with before we get into Proverbs, as I was saying earlier, having wisdom from on high is completely different from wisdom of this world, okay? So we'll start off here. Let me save this spot real quick. We'll start off in 1 Corinthians. All right, chapter 3. Just to prove that, wisdom of this world, doesn't compare to wisdom from given to us from on high. All right. So this is Proverbs 144. Okay, so 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and 18 and 19, it reads, "Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness." Okay. And they say, let's go down to 20. It says, and again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain. Therefore let no man glory in men, for all things are yours. All right. So let's go ahead and get Salaki, I went blank. Blue letter. 1 Corinthians. Let's get it at a different version. Let's go to the NLT. 1 Corinthians 3:18. We'll read on down. Alright, so we'll read this again. 1 Corinthians 3:18, it reads, "Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise." I hate when it does this. Salakia. Let's see, go back. Letter. Let no man deceive himself. Con. Translation comparison. Okay, so the NLT, it says, "Stop deceiving yourselves. If you think you are wise by this world's standards, you need to become a fool. You need to become a fool to be truly wise." Okay. 19. "For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness." For the wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Most High, as the scripture says, He traps the wise in the snare of their own cleverness. All right. So you have a lot of individuals who are wise, all right, when it's pertaining to the world. Okay. They have wisdom, okay, but it's not coming from on high. It's not a spiritual wisdom. The Lord hasn't given them His wisdom. All right. Let's see. 20. "And again, the Most High knows the thoughts of the wise. He knows they are worthless." All right, pertaining to the people of this world. Okay. It says, "So don't boast about following a particular human leader, for everything belongs to you." All right. So, as it reads one more time, okay, "For the wisdom of this," verse 19, "For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness." Okay, these people of this world don't understand what true wisdom is. Okay, true wisdom comes from the Lord Himself. All right, and you have to be blessed, all right, to have true wisdom. Okay, because only the Lord can give you true wisdom.
Now, granted, you have your worldly verse, you have your worldly definition of wisdom, and you have your spiritual definition of wisdom. All right, all right. But those people that have wisdom of this world is not going to, what's the word I'm looking for?
I just went blank. Salakia. The people of this world that, with the wisdom that they have, all right, are not going to change their ways or believe. All right, there's a difference. It's they're gonna. It's like a clash. Let's say it like that. That's the best way I can put it, between wisdom of this world and wisdom from on high. All right, they're completely two different things. All right. So you have those individuals of this world who are, going to be wise in this world, all right, but not going to make rational decisions or best decisions, because they're not discerning the times, they're not discerning the situation, whatever's at hand, if it's a problem, within himself or herself or someone at work, a family member. Okay, when we come in this truth, the Lord gives us His wisdom from on high. All right, and certain individuals are allotted, the amount that the Lord wants them to have, and whether He allows that man to grow and get more wisdom, or He keeps him at a certain level. All right. Let's see. All right, so I want to go ahead and go to just start off in the first chapter of Proverbs, and we're gonna jump around as far as scriptures is concerned. All right. So this is Proverbs chapter 1, and it reads, "The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of King David, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgments and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion." All right, so let's go ahead and look up those words real quick. All right. Let's see. Salakia, Annalena. I want to look up that word instruction.
Strong's H 4148. Musar.
Musar. All right. It reads to discipline, to chastening or correction. All right. Jake don't like correction. All right. Jake does not like correction. Jake doesn't like to be told what to do, especially, if you've grown. All right. A grown man doesn't like another grown man telling him what to do. All right. See, he doesn't have the wisdom of the Lord. Okay. Because if he did, he would understand, the man's not badgering him. All right. He's just trying to get him to understand and see things in a different light. All right. See, we've all been in this world for so long. We've been in this world for so long, especially as an adults. All right. Where we don't, once we become of age, all right, we're grown in our eyes. Okay. And can't nobody tell us what to do. All right. And we want to do things, Jake wants to do things in their own way, in their own manner, on their own time. All right. And they don't want to see things for what they really truly are. All right. It says discipline, correction, chastening. All right. It says reproof, warning, or instruction. Also restraint, bond, chastening, chastisement, check, correction. Okay. Rebuke. Okay. Back to 2, it says to know wisdom and instruction. To know wisdom and instruction, to be corrected, all right, or to be disciplined, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgments of inequity, to give subtlety to the simple. Get out of here. To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. All right, and discretion is just another, is synonymous to wisdom. Okay, let's see. Okay, purpose. All right, plot. Okay, discretion, intent, witty, invention, lewdness, mischievous. Okay, which is low going into device, thought, wickedly. Okay. It says to give subtlety to the simple and to the young man knowledge and discretion. All right. Advisement. Okay. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. Okay, a wise man will. How's the saying? I forget exactly how the saying goes, but a wise man would definitely will keep his mouth closed. All right, less talking and more listening. All right, to be able to understand what's being said to him. Okay, like I was saying, you know, Jacob of the world. All right, Jacob of this world is not willing to shut up and listen. All right. Jake, just like I said, Jake feels like, you know, they know everything. All right, you can't tell them nothing. All right, and they continue to go back and forth with you just to prove a point, even though they're wrong. All right, they're not wise at all. You know, the Lord's not dealing with them. All right, the Lord's not dealing with that type of man. Okay, let's see. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the words of the wise and their dark sayings. You know, those dark sayings are more so deeper meanings. Okay, it's not just surface level when it comes to those meanings. Surface level meanings. All right, it's more to it. All right. Let's see here. 7, it reads, the fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. All right, and that word despise is pretty much going into hate. Okay, fools hate wisdom and instruction. Fools hate to be right, or fools hate to do the right thing, I should say. All right, and instruction, like we were just going into. All right, correction. Fools hate correction. They don't want to be corrected. All right, they want to do as they please. All right, and that's why, you know, they get put in predicaments where, you know, bad, let's just say bad predicaments. All right, because they don't want to listen. You see, my son, hear the instruction, verse 8, my son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head. Okay, that's like an adding. Right, it's adding to you. All right, for they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. All right, let's go down. We're gonna jump. Like I said, we was gonna jump, you know, throughout these scriptures. I'm already at 20 minutes. Verse 19, we'll jump to verse 19, still in chapter 1. It reads, so are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, It says, let me go back. 20 says, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. Okay, which is the perfect example of why the Lord has his men on the highways and byways. All right, that's true wisdom. That's coming from the Spirit of the Lord. All right, the men of the Lord, they have the Spirit on them to teach and preach. All right, on the streets. All right, on the highways and hedges. All right, those churches and things of such sort. All right, you're not getting true wisdom and knowledge and understanding out of those churches from those pastors. All right, the true men of the Lord are out there on the highways and byways. All right, showing themselves amongst any and everybody that walks past them. All right, preaching and teaching the Lord, the word. All right, uttereth the wisdom, uttereth her voice in the streets. All right, that's the prophets. All right, it says 21. She crieth in the chief place of concourse and the openings of the gates in the city. She uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. All right, and talking to those individuals that's walking by, each and every one of them, both men and women and children. All right, asking them, they're simple. All right, the simple ones love simplicity. All right, that's of this world. All right, the things of this world. 23. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. All right, and that's how you have it. All right, the Lord's words are coming through His prophets, His servants, the prophets. All right, day in and day out. All right, which is why they're very adamant about saying, there's no way that you didn't hear the word of the Lord. All right, even if you was walking by, all right, you didn't and even if you was walking by, passing them by, all right, you walked past them talking. All right, you didn't stop and take out time out of your day just to see what's being said here. All right, what's being read. All right, you see them. All right, you see them with the Bible in their hand. All right, you see them with the word. But here it is that you don't have no inkling of just stopping, and just seeing what's being said here. 24 says, Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. And that calling is the men of the Lord on our highways and byways. All right, not just that. All right, even the videos. All right, the video epistles. Okay, YouTube, Odyssey, BitChute. All right, these certain platforms that that have a voice, they allow you to have a voice. All right, you're able to get the word off of that too if it's not on the highways and byways. All right, that's him. That's the Lord stretching out His hand. He's calling. Well, really, it's more so of the elect. All right, but those who don't, those who don't listen, you're being marked. All right, so you have no excuse. You have no excuse when it comes to when you're asked about why you didn't change your ways, all right, for the better. Again says, Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded, but ye have set at not all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. All right, because we're already in some serious times. All right, but when everything there's a SHTF, okay? When SHTF, we'll just say that. All right, you're gonna be looking for the men of the Lord. All right. And you didn't want to listen when he called, all right, and stretched out His hand through His servants, the prophets, all right. You didn't want to hear the true wisdom of the Lord. It says, When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, because it will, all right. When we get in those times, all right, more so of Jacob's trouble, all right. If you ain't complying to the so-called white man, all right, you're going to be in distress and anguish, all right? No way to feed your child, yourself, all right? No food, no water, no shelter, all right? Or even when when you go in those concentration camps, Lord willing, if that's my lot, so be it. But, or anyone's lot, that's where that faith comes in. And as far as that, the wisdom as well, to be able to discern, what's going on in the time that we're in. All right, that distress and anguish is going to come upon you. All right, it says, Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, because the Lord's going to take his men off the streets. All right, Scripture goes into that He's going to cleave the tongues to the roof of their mouth. Of course, which is meaning, not literally, your tongue is going to be, up to the roof of your mouth, but it's pretty much you saying that the Lord's going to shut up his prophets. All right. And his word is no longer going to be going out. It's going to be too late. All right. Because you had the time. You had more than enough time. All right. To get yourself together, to get this word, this truth, to change, which, no one's going to actually perfectly change until everything is said and done. But to be wise is to change, knowing, being able to discern right from wrong, good and evil. All right, knowing that you're not doing something right. All right, wisdom will tell you to change yourself about it. Which is go into the examination of ourselves, which we have to do daily. All right. As well as myself too. I'm definitely not leaving myself out. Then shall 29 it says, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. Okay, they did not fear the Lord. Okay, back in 7 it says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Okay, you hated knowledge, so while you hating knowledge means you chose not to fear the Lord. All right, this place is temporary, but yet you want to stay here forever. All right, so since you want to stay, the Lord's going to allow you to stay for however long he allows you to stay, and you're going to receive that judgment. 30 reads, they would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. Yeah, you're right. They're your own way. You want to do things your own way, all right? So by you doing things your own way, you have no cloak for your sins, all right? You have no covering, all right? That desolation, that anguish, and that distress is going to come upon you. The Lord said he's going to mock you when your fear cometh, okay? This is all bad for you. For those individuals who don't want to listen and hearken unto the Lord, all right, and choose wisdom, all right, the wisdom of the Lord. Okay, 32, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth, which we know that means to listen, but whoso hearkeneth, aka listen, unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. All right, the Lord's going to hide you. All right, the Lord's going to hide who turn their ways. All right, who turn back to the Lord. All right, the ones that actually the Lord took out of out of darkness into his marvelous light. Those individuals are going to be quiet in the day of Jacob's trouble. The fear, the evil is going to surpass them. All right, whether they're at the house, whether it's at your job, whether you're still with your loved ones, wherever you are. If you're not, all right, that evil, all right, that the Lord's going to allow to come up on the earth, all right, he's going to have, more so the angels protect you, all right, and it's going to skip over you. All right, let's go over to Proverbs 2, and I'm going to start at the top. It reads, my son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee. All right, the words of the Lord. All right, these scriptures, the Bible. All right, which I was saying in one of my lessons. I forget exactly it was, but that the words that we receive. The Bible, the basic instruction before leaving Earth. All right, as I was saying, that instruction goes into discipline and correction. All right, a basic correction before leaving Earth. All right, because as we know, the Lord already knew, from the foundations of the earth that we wasn't going to be right, all right, in any of the captivities. All right, but here, being in this last captivity, we have basic instruction, we have basic correction before leaving the earth, all right, these scriptures, these words, the prophets, all right, to get ourselves together before he comes and, and rids this place, all right. That's receiving the words, Lord. That's just receiving the Lord's words. It says, and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom, and apply thine heart to understanding. All right, your heart, to understand. You have to understand what's going on. You have to understand what you're reading. You have to understand what's being said. You have to understand. Okay, without understanding, you don't have wisdom. All right. So without wisdom, you don't have understanding. Okay, I said it backwards. 3 it says, Yea, if thou criest after knowledge, and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver, and searchest for her as for hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and find the knowledge of the Most High. All right, and that's that wisdom. You have to search her. You have to search her out. All right. Go into the depths of wanting to have wisdom. All right, and wanting to do right. All right, and you know, obviously, it's going to take some time. You know, but it's really up to the Lord's timing. You know how He deals with each and every one of us when it comes to wisdom. All right, but it comes first. It comes first. Let's see, verse 6. For the Lord Yahweh giveth wisdom, out of His mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. When you have wisdom, then you're able to understand what's being said, all right? Especially when it comes to these scriptures. And not just the scriptures. When you have wisdom, you're able to discern just life in general, all right? You're able to see and understand things for what they are. You see the world in a different light. Okay, we all have, when we came into this truth, we had wisdom of the world, all right, which was foolishness, until the Lord took us out of the world and brought us into His light, all right. And then we grew in this truth. We grew in the Word, all right. And now we have a different understanding, the true understanding, all right, or true wisdom, all right, of the Word and of this world, all right. We see things in a different light, all right, with how this world is and the people that's in it, all right. 7 it says He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the path of judgment, and preserveth the way of His saints. Salakia. 10 it reads, when wisdom entereth into thy heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, which we was going into that word discretion, shall preserve thee, unto understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things. Let's get that word froward. Just for edification's sake. So like here, 12. Froward things.
Strong's H8419. Tapucha. Tapucha.
Tapucha. All right, perversity, perverse things. A perversity or fraud, very forward, perverse thing. Okay. To deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh forward things, perverse things, fraud things. Which you can already know who that could be. You already know who that is. All right. 13 it reads, who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked, and they froward in their paths, And that's, and you can liken that as well to 2/3. All right. Once again, the wisdom of this world is foolishness. They don't like correction. They don't like instruction. Okay. It says who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness. You don't want to do right. You want to go the opposite way. You don't want wisdom from on high. That's why the Lord said, when your fear is coming, He's going to laugh at your calamity. He's going to mock you. The Lord said He's going to mock you when your fear cometh. He's He will laugh at your calamity. This is what you chose to do. All because you didn't want to be corrected. All because you didn't want to do the right thing. You know, Jake basked in their wickedness. What's that scripture? It says, it was just in my head. Lord willing, if it come back to me, I'll bring it up. Oh, that's gonna bother me. Hold on, so let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, I couldn't take too much time on it. Oh man, that's gonna bother me. Lord willing, it comes back to me. I'll put the scripture in the description box. Man, that's gonna bother me. I just had it in my head too. Let's see. Con 15. So like I'll start 13 through 15, and then we'll go on. It says, "Who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in their ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil, and delight in their forwardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked, and they forward in their paths." So yeah, you know, they delight in to do wrong. All right, they don't want to do right. They don't want to be corrected. They want to do things about their own way. All right, so the Lord's going to allow them. All right, it's going to come to a time when it's going to be too late. All right, and that's going to be it. So now you have to deal with the consequences. All right. So it's already at 40 minutes. I'm going to bring out one more scripture and we'll close it out with that. We'll just go right over to Proverbs 3. And I'll start at the top. It reads, "My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life, and peace shall they add to thee." Okay, length of days and long life, the years of life. Okay, the Lord's going to add more years onto your life. All right, by doing the right thing, living the right way. You know, to the best of your ability, that is. Okay. But by doing that, having wisdom, all right, from on high will allow you, all right, to live longer and prosper, you know, and prosper, all right. And that at the same time, you're able to bring that and pass that down to your children, all right, especially your firstborn male, all right. Of course, you know, your family, but especially to your firstborn male, all right, to walk in the ways of the Lord. All right, let's go skip on down to 5. All right, 5, it reads, "Trust in the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding." Okay, thine own understanding is pertaining to this world. Okay, that's why when you have someone, you know, who is you know, of the Lord, all right, a man of the Lord, all right, who's telling you something, all right, you don't understand, and you don't want to listen, okay, because you have your own understanding, all right, which is of this world, all right. You know, Jake has been, you know, I don't want to use the word traumatized, but Jake's been here for too long. Let's just say that we've all been here too long. All right, and this is what Jake knows. All right, is, you know, certain things that's been told to Jake is, you know, is just, you know, too good to be true in their eyes. All right, they don't see another way. All right, they don't see the light, but really the Lord just has, you know, spiritual blinders, you know, on them. All right, which is why they continue to lean into their own understanding. All right, trust in the Lord Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Yeah, because it's because of the Lord that any and everything happens to you. Everything that we do we have to acknowledge Him, whether it's good or bad. All right. But the Lord knows what He's doing. It may seem bad to us because we don't understand. All right. For the time being. All right. But everything that the Lord does is for a reason, which is why we have to acknowledge Him in everything that we do. All right. And He's going to direct our paths. All right. 7, it says, be not wise in thine own eyes, fear the Most High, and depart from evil. All right. So, Lord willing, you was edified. All right. Lord willing, I can come back with a part 2 because I still have some more scriptures to bring out. But they're already at 40 minutes. So, Lord willing, I can bring out a part 2. But this has been Proverbs, the book of wisdom. I pray you was edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to my elder apostles as well, the elder bishops, a great millstone who taught me this truth and continue to teach me this truth. Peace and blessings to the whole for the leg. And with that, I want to say Kwam Yasharala and Abba Abba. Shalom.